Assalamu alaikum, my dear brothers and sisters. Today I'm going to explain about the challenges and opportunities of startup business for youth engineers. It's a Bangladesh perspective, and this report written like Dr. MD Alifjal, Managing Director of Krishivit Group. And there are many sources. I will mention it later. Business is a dream profession for young generation owing to its nature of high income and independent professionalism. So, most of young individuals likes business unconditionally because it opens up the way of adventure and challenges that they venture to face with fortitude and spirit. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Quran that and when the prayer has been concluded, disperse over the land and seek the bounty of Allah, and remember Allah very often so that you may succeed. Surah Jumu'ah, verse number 10. So, according to Mursal Hadith, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "You should do business because 9 out of 10 of livelihood depend on business." So, according to another hadith, he also said that the best incomes are business, so with full of purity, honesty, and work of own hand. Al Musnad 3 by 466. So we can say that business is highly appreciated and acclaimed profession in Islam. To operate a business is not easy in Bangladesh. So, according to a survey by doing business survey of World Bank 2017, Bangladesh secured 177th place out of 190 countries, so which was 107th out of 178 countries in 2008. This ranking reveals the real business environment scenario of Bangladesh. So basically, a young entrepreneur needs to identify key opportunities and challenges to establish business so as to take appropriate measures accordingly. Hence, the current economic scenario of Bangladesh should be known preciously. So, the Bangladesh's economy is like I am explaining shortly. According to IMF, the GDP of FY 2017 or 18 is 285.817 billion US dollar nominal, okay, and 751.949 billion US dollar PPP, and ranked 43rd in nominal and 30th in PPP. The economy has grown 7.28% in FY 2017 despite political instability, poor infrastructure, in sorry, poor infrastructures. Okay, and corruption, insufficient power and gas supply, natural calamities also, and a lack of skilled workforce. But Bangladesh is still a poor, highly uncertain and badly governed nation. So more than half, like 53% of GDP is earned through the service sector, about 34% by industrial sector, and almost 14% by agriculture sector. But about 45% of Bangladeshis are employed in the agriculture sector. So according to FY to 2017 or 18, the inflation rate is 5.44%, although the real rate may exceed growth rate level. In FY 2016 or 17, Bangladesh exported 34.02 billion dollar and imported 43.50 billion dollar. So here, Anna tell you guys about some challenges. So it could be the challenges are high cost of fund, uh, widespread corruption, taxation policy of government, frequent natural disaster, political instability, insufficient power supplies, lack of strong economic reform policy, unfriendly government agencies, leadership crisis in organizations management, uncertain and unpredictable market price, reducing nature of foreign investments, skilled labor crisis, bad, bad law or and order scenario, like bad traffic system also. So just shortly I'll explain about these challenges. High cost of fund, it means actually the cost of fund is a vital issue for the shape of any business decision. Okay, so the cost of fund means all costs like profit or interest, processing fee, etc., to collect capital or investment from banks, mm, investors or shareholders. So in Bangladesh, this cost is rising alarmingly. Now, cost of fund is too high here. Established business concerns are fighting to sustain in market with dignity because of high cost of fund. So uh, it's very difficult to start a new venture with present level of cost of fund. A new entrepreneur can take it as a serious problem for start his new venture. The another challenge, widespread corruption. It actually the prevailing present political and bureaucratic corruption have touched a higher level in the history of Bangladesh. So political leaders are collecting extortions by their political goons, and government officials are collecting higher bribes while they deal with any kind of work. Presently, there is not a single work which is out of political extortions and mm, bureaucratic verb culture. This undesirable culture is a major reason for the rise of management costs. So the business firms are virtually a hostage to them. The another challenge taxation policy of government. So Bangladeshi tax structure is complex and demotivating for taxpayers as well as business persons. So there is a widespread tendency to hide real incomes. Government officials are involving with the corruption based on tendency to hide incomes. The major taxation problems are number one, very high corporate tax. Number two, tax holiday for a defined business group with tax evading records. Number three, administrating harassment to tax payers rather than tax evaders. As a result, business people's reluctance to open tax file. Number four, unusual penalty for discontinuation of tax payment. Number five, reverse tax structure relative to net profit. Number six will be imbalance applications to VAT across consumers. So, the frequent natural disasters are also a challenge. So, natural disasters marked as one of the most serious obstacle of business and supply chain continuity, and also a serious threat for economic output and growth. So, because these disasters disrupt connectivity, um, damage opportunities, and create untold suffering for the consumers. So Dhaka, the country's biggest manufacturing hub, came in at 35 of UK-based risk analytics company Verisk Maplecroft's annual list of 100 most exposed cities, which helps organizations to identify and compare risks to populations, economics, businesses, and supply chains. According to list mentioned above, um, Boishal ranks at 24, followed by Chittagong at 27, Khulna at 28, and Naranganj at 33. So, as per report, the strategic markers of Philippines, China, Japan, and Bangladesh contain over half of the 100 cities most exposed to natural hazards. Like Philippines has 21, China 16, Japan 11, and Bangladesh 8. So the index ranks the combined risk posed by tropical storms and cyclones, floods, earthquakes, tsunamis, surge or storms, extratropical cyclones, wildfires, volcanoes, and landslides on over 1300 cities from 198 countries. So all cities were selected based on their importance as significant economic and population centers in the coming decade. So another challenge is political instability. Political unrest directly and indirectly affects the production process. The direct impact is through lower economic activity, and indirect effect is through disruption of various channels and means of production. With the gradual cooling down of political unrest, many economic activities have started to get back on track. However, it will take some time and require high expenditures to get some of the damaged establishments uh, functioning. All the effects of political unrest on the economy are, in fact, intertwined as they all lead to lower economic growth that leads to high uh, unemployment, high income erosion, and high poverty. So if such a situation persists for a long period, it can give rise to social problems as well. Here, the point was insufficient power and gas supplies. This is the challenge as of 2011. 79 natural gas wells were present in the 23 operational gas fields, which produce over 2000 millions of cubic feet of gas per day, mmcfd. So it is a well short of over to 2500 mmcfd that is demanded, a number which is growing by around 7% each year. In fact, more than three quarters of the nation's commercial and energy demand is being met by natural gas. This influential sector caters for around 40% of the power plant feedstock, 17% of industries, and 15% captive power, 11% for domestic and household uses, another 11% for fertilizers, 5% in compressed natural gas (CNG) activities, and 1% for commercial and agricultural uses. So electricity is the major source of power for most of the country's economic activities. Bangladesh's total installed electricity generation capacity was um, 13,886 megawatts as of February 2018. So this country has produced its highest electricity production 10,084 megawatt in 19th March 2018. As on 2015, 92% urban population and 67% rural population have the access to the electricity for their source of light. An average of 77.9% of the population have the access to electricity in Bangladesh. So Bangladesh will need an established 34000 megawatt of power by 2030 to sustain its economic growth of over 7%. The result is service disruptions and blackouts on almost every single day of the year. Bangladesh has one of the lowest per capita electricity consumption in the Southeast Asia. Only Nepal has lower consumption than Bangladesh. Here it is, and another challenge is lack of strong economic reform policy. Economic reform policies are very slow in Bangladesh. So, because of ill desire of ruler class political individuals, so there is no strong reform plan. Maximum reform plans are frequently changing. So, Bangladesh failed to adopt smooth and sustainable economic reform policy. Unfriendly government agencies are also at this point are also challenges because almost all government agencies are not friendly for business and general public. So the government employees are imposing various hidden charges for provide their services. It's almost impossible to do a single work without high payment of bribe, commission or hidden charges. Now it becomes a serious challenge for new and old business persons or firms for run their business honestly. So leadership crisis in organizations management. This is the point of challenge. Bangladesh is a land of high population. Okay, so but regularly a large number of graduates, postgraduates, and PhD students are completing their degrees from various colleges, universities, and other educational institutes. So, but this country has failed to convert their large population and degree holders into leader, human resources, or assets. So there is a shameful scarcity of leadership crisis among business organizations. As a result, our business enterprises and firms are not enough strong to compete with foreign companies and also not enough strong for long run. Uncertain and unpredictable market price is also a challenge. Here, mm, market analysis based prediction is the key source of business decision, but frequent price fluc- uh, fluctuations create uncertainty about the market price and enhance risk in production as well as business. So Bangladeshi firms are passing a highly uncertain period because of corruption, highly unstable markets, uh, lack of lack of governance, sorry, frequent natural calamities, political uncertainty, etc. So it's a big challenge for new entrepreneurs to set their business plan against personal level of uncertainty and unpredictable market price. Reducing nature of foreign investments according to various problems of Bangladesh, foreign investments are reducing here gradually. So I mentioned about a World Bank survey ranking in the introduction of this article. So where Malaysia got 177th place out of 190 countries as on 2017. So it's a very easy to understand that Bangladesh's business environment is not suitable for any kind of foreign investors. The another point is skilled labor crisis. Bangladesh is an overcrowded country and the land of cheap labor. But another true fact is that it's also the land of unskilled laborers. So it's very difficult to hire skilled labor force because of scarcity of skilled labor force. It's, it's training institutions are not enough to provide a quality labor force for business enterprises and firms. Government initiatives for make skilled labor force are not sufficient. So it's a big challenge for new entrepreneurs of Bangladesh. Bad law and order scenario. This challenge is also important because good law and order situation helps protect rights and flourish business. But law and order condition is also not enough suitable in Bangladesh. It's very difficult to get the proper support from law enforcement agencies without bribes or paid money. The law and order agencies are busy to make their pockets by money and wealth. So corrupted politicians and business persons frequently uses them for fulfill their political and personal ill will. And the very important, of course, very important topic. The challenge is traffic jam in Bangladesh, mainly in Dhaka. So bad traffic system. This point actually means Bangladesh. Actually, Bangladesh is an attractive country with its flattest land structures, which is a fine model in the world. But there are few obstacles, hills, desert, etc. So it can establish a cheaper transportation option inland and waterway, which is a dream for any supply chain manager. Unfortunately, the country has failed to do it smooth and cheaper. This country is losing 40% of perishable items due to efficient distribution channel. The weak transportation system, um, corrupted political and government authorities are main factors